Hey guys, I'm Frankie.
And I'm Cheyenne.
And we are
Conbini Cult.
Welcome to episode 7.
Yeah, we are 7 episodes in already. How do you feel?
I'm feeling pretty good. Right now, as we are recording, it is May 1st. We're in the middle of Golden Week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's that?
What is that? What is Golden Week? How do you explain it? So in Japan, what is it? 3 holidays? 4 holidays? Fall consecutively, or a bunch of holidays fall within the same week. So some people get that entire week off depending on their company, or some days in between aren't those holidays. So some people also just take vacation and then rest for the whole week, or at least get 2 to 3 days off. So I hope you're enjoying your Golden Week if you're here in Japan. Will you go anywhere or do anything special for Golden Week?
No. Since I'm a freelancer, I get to decide my schedule. So a week like this, when most working, I'm working, but most people who are working like a regular job, like a 9-to-5 type thing, since they're off, like a lot of places are crowded. So this type of week is one where I would just be hiding out at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. I think before, when I first got here, I would always try to do something during Golden Week because you finally had that time off. But now I'm old and I realize this is the time where everyone is trying to go somewhere. And so things are like way more expensive and everywhere is just,
hotels.
Yeah, and it's just so crowded everywhere. So yeah, I'm going to be in my hidey hole at home too and avoid people.
Yeah, if you are like an international tourist traveling to Japan, if you can, I would try to avoid Golden Week, which is usually the last few days of April, like the first few days of May.
Yeah.
So,
do you know if it's more expensive flying into Japan during Golden Week? Because I know flying out is really expensive, right?
I think it's just out.
Is it just out? Yeah. So anytime you try to travel from Japan to anywhere else during this week, it's crazy. So heads up if you're new.
Yeah, I remember when I was still teaching, so of course Golden Week was a very exciting time because we had a long holiday. I used to travel during this time. So my very first Golden Week, I was living in Tokyo, but then I did some time in Osaka and Kyoto. And then the following year, a friend and I went to Bali.
Oh, fun.
For Golden Week. Yeah, we were tracking the flights for a while though, and as soon as the price dropped, we're like, okay, it's time.
I think I did the same thing. I also went to Bali once when I was in university. And yes, I've also been to Spain during the Golden Week and things like that. So it is a good time if you don't mind, paying a little more money and stuff. It is a great time to get away. I would say outside of Japan especially. Traveling within Japan during Golden Week is insane.
Yeah. Unless you go very, very deep into the countryside, but even then it's busier than usual. During this week.
That's very true. Yeah. So hope you're having a good week so far.
But actually they say that Tokyo, it's good to travel to Tokyo during this time because everyone's leaving Tokyo.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like that makes sense. Also during Obon, like during August, in Japan, that's when everyone kind of leaves Tokyo to go back to their like hometown. So if you're not from Tokyo and you want to like go there, maybe that's the time to go. Yeah.
True. Yes.
All right.
Things to know. Okay. So we have this episode is going to be about dating stories. So we could not find a Japanese word for catfishing.
No, catfish.
Catfish, I don't know. Some kind of sagi.
Yeah.
Like scam or like.
What is sagi? Scamming?
Scamming.
Fraud.
Like fraud.
Fraud. Yeah.
Yeah. Something along the lines of that, maybe, but it doesn't seem that there is a Japanese word
that we could find. So if you know one, let us know.
Yeah. Cheyenne just called her boyfriend and asked, and he was like, there's no word.
According to him, he's like, yeah, there's no word. And I was like, what do you call it if like someone tricks you? And he's like, someone tricked me. So, if you know any other like creative words, let us know in the comments or reach out to us later or something. But anyway, because we don't have a word for that, our new Japanese word of the day is
shitsuren.
Ooh,
which means
like unrequited. How do you say it?
Unrequited love.
Oh yeah, like a heartbreak,
rejection.
Yeah, lost. I think the kanji is like lost love, or to lose love or something. Yeah, so it's kind of a heavy Japanese word of the day, but
But a lot of these dating stories don't really have to do with heartbreak. I was just trying to find like any relevant word to this topic.
Yeah, because any like positive word about love is like, love is like ai, koi, hatsukoi. We did that last episode.
Yeah.
Or her, dabu dabu. So they're not as like fun as this one. Deito.
That's not exciting.
Yeah. So, but before we get into those, let's talk about Frankie's life update.
Just mine.
Just yours. What did you do?
Because I have a very big life update. So I was in Seoul, South Korea recently, and I was getting something. It's not exactly LASIK, but nobody knows what ICL is. So I have to say, it's like LASIK, but it's really not like LASIK, but it's a vision correction procedure. So ICL stands for implantable collamer lens.
Okay.
So I felt like it was a bit safer than LASIK because they're not shaving down any part of my eye. They just implanted something in it, which is removable. It's replaceable.
Wow. Nice. And how long did that take?
5 to 10 minutes per eye. Although there was a lot of prep before that, like lots of exams, consultations, sanitation, disinfection, all that good stuff.
And you went to Seoul for that procedure. So for the consultation and stuff, did you go for a consultation, come back to Japan, and then like go do it again? How did you do that?
Yeah. They can do it all in the same day. The surgery, the consultation first in the morning and then the surgery. But of course, they need to do exams to confirm whether you're even eligible, like if it's safe to do that procedure on you.
I see.
I think by the time this podcast episode is released, I will have a video on my personal YouTube channel about it. So yeah, I can link that below if it is available.
Yeah, go check that out for sure. Speaking of like vision correction and things, I wear contact lenses, but I also wear glasses when I'm at home. And Jins did a collaboration with Star Wars. I don't know if there's any Star Wars fans.
Did they?
Yeah, they're so cute. Like sometimes those collaboration glasses, they're like very, I don't know, intense. They're very obviously decorated for like whatever character they're trying to, collab with. But this one, they all look so good and they're so, I don't know, classy. And some of them have inscriptions or like writings from famous quotes of certain characters. So they have like a Yoda set, Obi-Wan, C-3PO, R2-D2, and things like that. But they're very, very cool. I think I want to go get a pair maybe this Golden Week. But because of Jins, Frankie has a great video about getting glasses at Jins. If you're unaware, yeah.
I was actually sponsored by Jins in like February and March, which is so funny because I've been shopping at Jins for years. Like they've always been my go-to place for glasses. And then finally, when they sponsored me, it was like right before I got my eye procedure.
That's right.
But I'm not like throwing away my old glasses. I'm not wasting them. I'm going to change out the lenses so I can do like the screen cut ones.
Okay, cool.
So I can still keep my cute frames.
Yeah.
Because I like them. But I just...
You have a couple of like those collab glasses too, right?
Yeah, like... They do some interesting ones. They did like Pokemon, Sesame Street.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, they did.
Didn't know that.
I know. I didn't get those in time, but they're always very cute. So I'm going to go check out those Star Wars ones. And you should too if you're a Star Wars fan.
Yes.
Just wanted to put that out there.
I still love Jins. But yeah, I can see clearly now. It's really weird waking up clearly now. The contacts are gone.
Ooh. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
So you can see clearly now?
Used to it, yeah. It just feels like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, did I fall asleep in my contacts?
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be nice. It still hasn't hit me, even though it's been a couple weeks.
That's going to be a nice stress relief, especially if you're like laying in bed and you're so tired and you're like, I have to take out my contact lenses.
Before I get in the shower, I reach for my non-existent glasses to take them off.
Yeah, because how long have you been wearing glasses? Like every day?
Since I was 8.
Oh, man.
Yeah, most of my life.
And throughout that whole time, you didn't wear contact lenses at all? Like, when did you start consecutively wearing glasses instead of contacts?
So when I used to wear contacts almost every day. But when I was in high school, I would nap in my contacts a lot. So I got bacterial infections in both of my eyes.
Ouch.
And then after that, I could only wear 1-day contacts.
Okay.
And then... like as the years went on and my screen time increased because I do editing. So my eyes were just getting really dry. So I couldn't really tolerate contacts for more than a few hours at a time. Ouch. So I primarily wore glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's got to be a habit you're going to break out of soon, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. Life is good so far.
Good.
So yeah, I see that you have booked a flight.
Yeah. So my family, I'm from Hawaii, but I also have family that lives in Tennessee in the US. They moved there a few years ago. So I plan to go home for the summer. That's kind of my life update. It'll be the first time I'm seeing my mom and grandma and all them in maybe 5 years since COVID started. So I'm very, very excited. And we talked about, expensive flights during Golden Week, but I guess it's just year round this year from Japan, especially. It's so expensive to fly to the US now. So I'm not looking forward to that part and the weak yen. But yeah, very excited to see my family. That's all I have going on so far. Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to, because I have to book a flight soon for later in the year. I need to start looking at it, but I'm so scared of the prices.
Yeah. What do you use to look at flights?
Google Flights.
Google Flights, yeah. Okay, same. I wasn't sure if there was some kind of hack I should know about or like some other website, maybe Skyscanner or something.
Yeah, if you guys know.
Please let me know.
Give us
because
some tips.
It's expensive. I think for one person round trip to Tennessee is like, let me do the math and the numbers here. 250,000 yen? 25万円? Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah.
So before we get into these dating stories, I just wanted to, so in episode 5, we were talking about,
embarrassing moments?
Yes, embarrassing moments. And somebody said they were accidentally buying Coke with laxatives in it.
Yeah, and we were confused.
They had like terrible stomach aches, and then they realized it was due to this Coca-Cola. And we were like, what the heck is that? So I Googled it.
Okay.
There is actually... it
exists?
Not that I was like discrediting them or anything, but it was just like, what is that?
Yeah,
is. You need to be careful of this. It's in a white bottle. It's called Coke Plus, and it has laxatives.
Interesting. Did you read up on it? Like, as soon as you take a sip, you got to go to the bathroom. Is it like a very strong?
Don't know. Should we?
Man. Should we try it? Yeah, should we try it? Okay, good to know. I wonder,
the intrusive thoughts are like, try it.
I know. I really want to try it. Also, I'm just so curious why Coke. Like, I guess when you drink laxatives, I'm assuming it's not like a pleasant taste, or maybe there's no taste if you drink like Miralax, like in powder form and stuff.
I've never tried a laxative.
Yeah, maybe this is just so to help people who like can't drink medicine. Oh, that's a pretty picture. What is that, like the Coke laxative for
Why
Sakura
did they put
theme?
Sakura on it?
It's like got cherry blossoms on it. The bottle's like so cute, and I can see making that mistake of walking and like finding them, be like, ooh, like cherry blossom themed Coke, and buying that, and then like, going to like Hanami or like going to a picnic and then just pooping your brains in the park. Like, so watch out, don't do that. But, okay, very deceptive.
Make sure you Google Translate the ingredients before buying a mysterious Coca-Cola. So yeah, okay.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
All right, so dating stories. So I asked people on Instagram, and we got a mix of creepy stories, wholesome stories, just random things.
Some funny things. Yeah.
From the girls, from the guys, from a mix of different people. So we got a lot of perspectives on this.
Yeah. So, shall we get into it?
Yeah. Should I start with some of my own? Do you have any interesting dating stories?
Nothing super, super interesting. I feel like a lot of ours might overlap, and that's just being a foreign woman in Japan. But I have like one thing specific to me. Nothing crazy though. But you go first.
Oh, well, I just wanted to ask, have you ever used dating apps in Japan?
Yeah, I have.
Like Tinder?
Yeah, I've used Tinder and Bumble before. But yeah, how about you?
Yeah, when I first moved to Tokyo, I was on Tinder. And a lot of this is kind of like a joke for people who have used Tinder and other dating apps in Japan. There's not a lot of pictures of the actual people.
Yeah, they love their privacy here. And so there's never a picture of their face, and not even a full name. In my case, it was always like the first letter of their name or something like that. Yeah.
Or sometimes it's even a completely different name. But on the topic of these photos, like a lot of it will be like food pictures or like random animals, group photos. So you're like, okay, there's 5 guys in this picture. Who are you?
Yeah, like which one are you? My favorite one I've seen is like their cat. It was a lot of cats on there. Never really dogs, so a lot of cats. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes people don't use the correct name. So there was a guy in Tokyo I went on a few dates with, and his name, I think on the app, it was Takashi.
Okay.
But then, like, after a few conversations with him, I realized his name was Asahi. And I was like, whoa,
They're
whoa, 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 whoa.
so different.
The whole time I was thinking your name was Takashi, and you never like thought to tell me that it was wrong.
Sagi. Oh, man. Yeah. There's a lot of weirdos like that everywhere around the world. Yeah. So I'm excited to get into these stories. Yeah.
A typical thing and I'm sure a lot of people have experienced being on the app as a foreigner. People will just message you and be like, please teach me English.
Yeah, I got that a lot. Please teach me English. Or in my specific case, it was like, hello, how are you? Where are you from? I'm from Hawaii. And they're like, oh, I love Hawaii. Like, please tell me about spots in Hawaii. And then I would kind of recommend a lot of spots, and then they just would never message back. They like went on their trip to Hawaii and then like didn't hit me up after that. Things like that. That like happened to me a lot. It was a lot of like English or I love Hawaii, I love pancakes, and yeah, stupid stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of ghosting.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah.
Like, even if you have met them in person and gone on a few dates with them, I remember there was one guy, like, we went on a couple dates. They were cute and wholesome. And then we had planned a third one. And then when the time came for that one, he was like, oh, I have a terrible stomach ache. Maybe he drank the Coke with the laxatives.
That's what he did, for sure.
Then he was like, I'm going to the hospital. And I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And then I never heard from him again. So
maybe he died.
You alive? I don't know.
Just... if you went to the hospital and never came out, I don't know what other outcome there could be. But yeah, ghosting is real here. For sure. Yeah. Any others?
Also, like, just typical dude behavior. Like, you send a couple messages like, hey, hello, how are you? Can I see your boobs? Or something like that.
Yeah. Or especially, I don't know. Are you talking about all guys or Japanese guys, like, in your experience?
Just all guys in general, because out of nowhere they'll just be like, I don't know how explicit I want to get on this podcast.
I don't know either.
Like, want to come over, like, type messages.
Sometimes this isn't me, but I'm in like a women's group, I guess, on Facebook, because I'm old. But sometimes I like to like lurk on there and see some of people's like crazy dating stories, or they'll send like screenshots of like their Tinder messages and things. And it's like what Frankie said. It's like, hi, hello, how are you? And then the guy's just like, sex? Do
you like sex?
Or he'll just be like, sex, please. And then it's always funny because they're like, well, at least he said please. Like, I don't know. I'm like, okay.
Well, the bar's in hell.
The bar is in hell for sure. But anyway.
Yeah. And my other note here is just that when you do see foreigners on there, at least for, like, when you're looking at foreign guys, a lot of them are like military guys, and then a lot of tourists.
Yeah. Isn't there a word for that? Like using Tinder while you're on vacation or something? What is it called? Know. I forgot. I thought I heard a word before. Not like a word in English, not a Japanese one.
Is that along the lines of like passport bros?
Something like that? Passport
I don't know.
Swipe? I don't know. It's not important. It came to mind. But anyway, we can get into your stories now.
All in all, it's hard out there. But okay. And by the way, just so you know, if you ever want to send us a story about anything interesting, or if you want to ask us for questions or advice, you can email us at conbinicultpod@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right. Perhaps you can take the first one.
All right. So we're getting into the listener stories now. We got a lot of good submissions. So to start, someone said, it's impossible to see any faces on Tinder. It's a sea of food and landscaped or odd body parts.
Yeah.
What do you mean landscape? Landscapes?
Oh, like photos of like scenery.
Okay, sorry. I thought they meant landscaped body parts. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah.
He manscapes.
Yeah, for sure. Or odd body parts.
Yeah, like an arm or something.
That's
Maybe
so
a shoulder,
funny.
a little clavicle.
Would it? I mean, maybe that would work in what, like Victorian times? You're like, ooh,
Flash
look at that
ankle.
shoulder. Oh, scandalous. Okay.
Yeah.
Very true, though.
Okay.
Next.
Would you mind reading this one?
Sure. Okay. It says, I dated a farmer for a short time, and when I got COVID, he sent me veggies and a but I can't read today.
Basil?
Basil? I almost read it like a basilisk from Harry Potter.
Oh, no.
I can't read, but they said, LL, cute. So he sent her them.
A little farmer sent her veggies to get well.
They sent them veggies. So
cute.
That's a cute one. That's a cute, wholesome example or story. Okay.
Okay, so this one, the person said they met a guy on an app. She rejected him after one date. I don't know how direct she was with that, but yeah, okay, you didn't like him. Don't have to see him again.
Yeah.
But this guy stalked her, found out where she worked, tried to get her fired, and then contacted immigration to try to get her visa revoked.
Oh my, wait, how do you try to get her fired? Yeah, for what? For what? That's like, dude.
She rejected me. Fire her.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, was that a phone call to her boss, I wonder? Or they wrote like an anonymous letter or something accusing her or them. I don't know what kind of person this was submitted from, but yeah, accusing them of like, I don't know, weird stuff. That's such like, I don't know, that's just such typical dude behavior. I can't see like a girl doing this. I'm sorry, but like, it's like,
I can't see a bear doing that.
Yeah, or like, you know, like when you're at the bar or something and someone approaches a girl and they're like, hey, let me buy you a drink, or like, and they're just politely like, no, thank you, you know, and they're like, anyway. You're ugly anyway. Yeah, they're like, all right, F you then. You know, it's like,
yeah, but you know, a good comeback for that one, if somebody ever says that to you, like, well, you couldn't even pull an ugly girl.
Yeah, there you
go.
Ooh. Okay. Next. So this one says, a Japanese guy asked me on a first date if I see the world with a blue tint because I have blue eyes.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, if you're like in kindergarten. What do you mean? Like, was he like a little yochiensei, like a kindergartner? What?
Okay.
Okay, that's cute. Yeah. I really hope he just was like, I don't know, deep from the countryside or something and just like didn't know how eyeballs worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
That reminded me though of a rude YouTube comment I got back in the day.
Oh.
It was actually a video about dating stories.
Okay.
But somebody accused me of wearing blue contacts and dyeing my hair blonde in order to get Japanese guys to like me.
As opposed to like, did they think you were like a brunette with brown eyes or something?
I guess.
Rude. Either way. What?
Yeah, that was just so bizarre. Because for one, like, not everybody likes blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah. Sounds a little, I don't know. Okay, he's got some issues going on. Okay. All right. Did you respond to them?
Probably. Because, back in the day, I used to feel the need to respond to everybody. But now, if I get really rude things, depends on my mood, but usually I just, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think my mom actually replied to that one, and she was like, they're real. I saw them when she was born.
Tell them.
Thank you, Mom.
Tell them. That's so funny. Your mom coming to your defense in the comments like, wait a second. She's to clear it up.
I made those eyes.
That's so funny. That's really cute, though. Yeah. Good job, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Okay. A man hunked my nose on a first date to check and see how different it is from his.
Huh?
Oh, it's totally different.
Different? Like, because of size? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
either way.
Like, hana, takai.
Takai kara? Like, it's because they had a bigger nose?
A tall nose, as they say.
That's so funny. What was he checking for, I wonder? Boop, boop. Like, just texture? Okay.
Oh, beautiful nose.
Beautiful nose. All right.
Yes.
Next one says, I went on a quick Conbini ice cream date with the hostel receptionist at night in Kyoto.
Ooh, romantic.
Cute.
I wonder if you guys ever spoke again after that.
Yeah, that's a cute little date. I wonder if they got in trouble? Like, were they on duty?
And maybe she had like a 10-minute break or something.
I don't know.
He or she
Yeah.
had a quick break.
Cute. That's a good one. Cute little dates, right?
Went on a date with a Marine from Gotemba with my BFF, and he asked for her number.
Ooh. But also, wouldn't expect anything less of a military. Just kidding.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. All right. This one says, I went on one coffee date with a man, and then he messaged me he was moving to my remote island in 2 weeks' time so we could be together. We barely talked after the date. Yikes.
Getting very ahead of yourself there.
Yeah. I hope you're okay, because that's a stalker.
Yeah. I hope you never saw this person again.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay. So one of my friends said, please talk about the whole going for drives as their appeal point. So have you ever heard somebody say like, oh, let's, as the date, like, let's go for a drive. That'll be the whole date.
No, but
that sounds dangerous.
It sounds dangerous, and not to take that person's side. I'm just gonna, I don't know, you get into your story and then I'll provide some insight as to why people do that, but I could be totally wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically just to like warn people to be careful. I mean, obviously like getting into a car with a stranger because you don't know where they're going to bring you.
Okay. See.
Or even if a person is like on the date, they're like, oh, I can pick you up, or like I can drive you home. No thanks, I rode my bicycle.
Okay. That's where they were going. I'm
so
sorry.
That's what they were trying to say.
Okay, it was a safety thing.
It could be careful.
I see. Okay, well, I just proved that I could get like kidnapped at any moment, because that was not like what I was thinking of at all. Like in terms of safety, I thought they were like, why do they offer driving? Like that's such a lame date. I thought they were just saying like, oh, what a weird date to say, because my point of view is going to be like, oh, maybe that's because like as Americans, you drive everywhere. So if you're like, let's go on a drive, you're like, why? You know, we have to drive all the time. What kind of date is that? Versus here in Japan, one, it's really hard to get your driver's license here. And so if you have your license, it's like, not everybody has a car like that. And so it's this big event you have to do. Like you have to rent a car. And if you're driving, you're probably going to go to like a nice place or something. So like my idiot brain was like, oh, I don't know. I thought that was a fine date. But I guess
it could be a really fun date
if you're like
someone
dating
you know.
someone. Yeah, with someone you know. Sorry. I like misinterpreted that whole point of safety. But yeah.
Just a warning.
Be careful.
Be careful about people who try to take you for a drive too soon.
Yes. Don't get in cars with strangers, please, unless it's a taxi.
Yes.
And still, be careful. The next one says, most of my stories are creepy. I didn't know people go to internet cafes to have sex.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Or people use the manga cafes or internet cafes for self pleasure.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like, aren't those things pretty open though? Yes. Like,
yeah. But this is like another kind of warning thing. Like, if somebody tries to bring you to an internet cafe, their intentions might not be good.
Good to know. I mean, I don't have to worry about that. I have a boyfriend, but yeah, I had no idea that was a thing. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, and some people will also try to bring you to karaoke.
I can see that one because it's like a closed room.
An enclosed space.
Yeah. And it's like dark, and I don't know if you can lock the door, but it's like closed. There's a door there.
Yeah.
Like a manga cafe or what?
Yeah, it's all open. Like I went to one once and I could hear, not on the date, but I could hear the person next to me like with their lotion or their tissues or whatever doing their thing.
And no one says anything? Because you can hear it. So
right out in the open. I mean, there are some like barriers, but the top is open. So you can hear what the other people around you are doing.
What? And the staff don't like come say anything?
I guess they can't because it's your private space.
And they paid for that space?
Yeah. Yee. But as far as like dates go, be wary of anyone who's trying to bring you to an internet cafe or a karaoke room before you really know and trust them.
Okay. Next. Oh, You gonna read this one?
You got it.
Okay. It's very short. It says, I found out he was 48. I was like 28 at the time, so that was out of my age range.
Yeah, I'm assuming this person lied about their age.
Yeah.
That's a pretty common thing as well. People lying about their age, their name, their marital status.
Yeah. I hear that's a big one too. Yeah. So just be careful. And if you ever get like, I don't know, a sense of anything, trust your gut because it's probably right. Yeah. Gnarly.
All right. So along the lines of catfishing, this story is a little bit longer.
Okay.
They said, my first ever date in Japan, I tried to meet up with someone for the first time who said they were 29. They were at least 50.
Okay.
People need to show their faces on apps in Japan. I felt so awkward. I didn't address it directly, but he spotted me before they like met up on the street. So I couldn't just ghost him. And he ran up to me to introduce himself. We had one coffee. I paid for my own and told him I had something else to do. So bye. He then followed me to Donkey and bought exactly everything I did, a few groceries and a drink. I was walking home and he still walked behind me for almost 3 hours total. I got on a subway and thought I lost him, but when I got off, I saw him again. Eventually, I lost him in a store and I took a taxi home, but it was so scary.
Oh, that's very, very scary. Oh, man. If you ever notice anyone following you like that, Japan has a lot of like Kobans, like police boxes. So I'm happy this person like got, rid of them eventually. But if you ever in a situation like that too, I also recommend just popping into a police box and saying maybe someone is following you or just
or even any
there.
Store.
Yeah.
You can tell the staff like, hey, I'm just going to hang out in here. Someone's following me.
What's the thing with like buying the same exact things?
Yeah, that part is really weird.
Donkey. What is that about? Oh man, that is so yucky. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scary.
That reminds me of, I saw someone on TikTok recently. She's now my mutual friend on Instagram, but she was in a donkey in Osaka and there was a guy that she could see following her around the store and then he was touching himself.
Oh, wait, I think I saw this video on TikTok too.
And then she told him off.
Yeah.
But then she told the store staff, they were like, oh, sorry, we can't check the cameras. We can't do anything. And then she went to the police and told them and they were like, oh, we can't check the cameras. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That's frustrating.
What can you do then?
I don't know. That's so frustrating. What can you do? But also like, what would you do? I don't know. I feel like sometimes they like so really shocking. Did all the proper things. I think, reporting it and like trying to even go to the police. But sometimes situations like that, like for me, I think I would freeze and just like not know what to do.
Yeah.
And like run away. So that's so gross. Like, why do people do that?
Ew.
I don't know.
Yuck.
Yucky. This one says, well, it felt like Japanese men considered every meeting with a woman as a date, as a standard. Okay.
So like no friendships, everything is a date.
Yeah. That's
I don't know. My ex was very like jealous about my male friends. So I mean, of course it depends on the person, but a lot of people here think that you can't really be friends with like men and women can't be friends. That everything is romantic.
I see. Why do you think that is? If there's a reason for that. Because like I see in real life and in like media and stuff too, that big like one girl and two guy friends dynamic is like really big here that I've seen. But
oh really?
Yeah. But I don't know. I could also just not know what I'm talking about. But I feel like it's got to exist for sure. Like you said, it depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person. For me personally, like you can be friends with anybody who has the same interests as you.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. That person needs to do like some self-reflection, self-work.
But I can imagine it would be awkward if you were meeting somebody as like a language exchange partner or as a friend and they thought you were on a date.
Yeah. So I guess if you are on apps like that for language learning, keep that in mind because you never know how the other person is gonna like view that relationship, I guess.
Ooh, Hello Talk. Have you ever used it?
I did actually. Yeah. When I first tried to like really study Japanese, but I didn't get anything like that. Have you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know at first that people use Hello Talk as a dating app, even though it's not meant to be, and you can't even like zoom in on people's pictures. Like you can't
What?
Like make the person's profile picture bigger for that reason, because it's not supposed to be a dating app.
Yeah.
But a lot of people use it as such.
Oh, like
we got to check the statistics, like how many marriages or relationships come out of Hello Talk.
From Hello Talk. And is that because they know they're like searching for example, a foreigner or something like that? Is that for the specific reason they know they're going to match up with a foreigner? That's why. And do you know if foreigners like use it because they want to date Japanese people exclusively too?
Yeah, I think it goes both ways.
Oh, okay.
But if you're on that app specifically for a language partner,
I didn't know that.
Just be careful.
Okay.
Because that actually happened to me. The first person that I met with to do language exchange, he thought we were dating.
Oh.
Yeah, like he tried to hold my hand and I was like, what is it?
Oh no.
What? I thought we were just...
Yeah. How did he take it? Did he ghost you after?
I let him down by a text message.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically like, I thought we were...
just like language friends.
Just learning English and Japanese together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Next.
A Japanese friend put me on a blind date without me knowing. I had a boyfriend at home. She knew. Blind date was really good, though. 12 out of 10 for her choice.
Oh, okay. Good.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Next. I met a Japanese guy from Bumble, and it turned out to be a different person from photos and looks for AV models. So if you're unfamiliar, AV means adult video. So corn.
Yeah. So, be careful of that.
Yeah.
But that reminded me of a time I got solicited in Shibuya.
Oh my God.
I was just standing somewhere waiting to meet up with a friend, and then some guy came up to me and he was like, "Oh, you're so pretty," and like gave me a business card.
Mm-hmm.
And then I showed my ex-boyfriend, like, because he said like, "Oh, you could be a model," and I was like,
"Oh, thank you.
What is this?" And then my ex-boyfriend was like, "Throw it away. He's looking for AV."
Oh no,
models.
I can see how they just. It's so easy to catch people like that too.
Yeah. So more warnings, I guess. Be careful if anybody wants to offer you a modeling job, because it might not be the type of modeling you think.
Yeah. Or even if it like, I feel like it could start off very mild, like as modeling, and then they'll eventually like
take headshots or something, and then they
get into darker stuff.
You into that.
Be careful for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, moving on.
Okay.
Oh. How come all the ones I'm reading have hard words? Like,
I could take it.
Please read it.
Okay. Someone said, white men being incredibly creepy and fetishistic.
Okay.
There's literally a Reddit group about it. I didn't know that.
I need to see that Reddit
we
right now.
We gotta find the Reddit group.
Ooh. Okay. I didn't. Well, I knew the first part of that. I didn't know the Reddit group part of it.
Yeah, I didn't know there's a Reddit group.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't know what else to say besides like white dudes coming to Asia for those reasons. Not everyone, of course, but yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only white men.
No, of course
it.
not. Of course not. Yeah.
Women do it too.
Yeah.
Of all colors, but yeah, I didn't know that there's a Reddit group for creepy white guys.
But now I know what I'm gonna do tonight. Okay. This next one says, I don't have a dating story, but I would love to hear about cultural ways to flirt, if possible. Oh.
I am not the one to ask.
Yeah.
I'm so awkward.
Me neither. I don't really know either, but this could be a fun thing to ask people for like a part 2. Of this episode. We should do a part 2 in the future or something.
We gotta ask Japanese people about this.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll ask Japanese people, and we should ask like ways to flirt, but maybe kind of combine it with embarrassing moments part 2, like love edition of what did you think was flirting?
Fails.
Yeah. What did you think was flirting? And then it was totally not, how they were meant to take it, or vice versa. So
yeah, I imagine because Japanese people tend to be more shy and things are more modest here, maybe some ways of flirting back home might be a little bit too much for some people here. Like too much, like
body touching or
stuff like that.
A lot of eye contact, like prolonged eye contact and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very fair point.
Subtle. I don't know.
I wonder. I don't know.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah.
I don't know how to flirt.
I feel like all that stuff would go over my head for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, sorry.
Oh,
I
you were
didn't know.
flirting with me? I didn't know.
Yeah. Whoops. It's okay. All right. Well, we'll ask around. That was a good little submission.
Yeah. I hope that we can do another episode of dating stories in the future because these were really fun.
These were fun, and we want more. Give us more.
Give us juicier stories.
Yeah.
We like these ones, but this is like the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, we want like, I don't know. Have you heard any like crazy Reddit dating stories recently that you can think of? We hear a lot of, because Frankie and I, we listen to the Two Hot Takes podcast.
Yes.
And so they have a lot of like
Reddit stories.
Reddit stories. And there's a lot of like love related and relationship related ones too. And so I want like crazy ones like that if we can find any. Or maybe we'll, not this specific Reddit that person mentioned earlier, but maybe there's like a dating fails Reddit in Japan. I'm curious. We should like look
or
and
maybe
see.
A Facebook group at least.
Yeah. That's true. Ooh.
We can try to find it. But then, we just got to be careful about like privacy because some groups on Reddit you're not allowed to share without OP's permission or things like that. But we'll figure it out. And then, if you have your own story, message me or email us.
Yeah.
Thank you for your submissions. We loved reading them.
Thank you. But is that all we have?
Yeah, that's all I've got for this episode.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening.
And thank you as always for your support, for listening, for watching too. We are also on YouTube. Yes. If you're just listening, I'm going to describe Frankie's hair because it's very cute.
My hair again.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have like a different hairstyle today. She's got like some clips in it.
Thank you.
They're
this
very
is
cute.
my rainy day style.
Yeah. And you did your nails. We talked about you were going to do your nails last time. So
so my nails are kind of a sage green color and I have butterflies on 2 of them.
Cute.
They're very cute.
Cute. All right.
And you are wearing some very cute denim overalls.
Thank you. Yeah. It's from GU, I think.
Nice.
And so this like sheer, I'm wearing a sheer white, I don't know, undershirt or whatever. And some denim overalls, and both are from GU, and I really like it a lot. I can wear it with or without a t-shirt underneath, so it's very cute in my opinion. And my socks are tie-dye.
Oh,
sorry to show the dogs on camera.
Oh my gosh, just letting the dogs out.
Yeah. Sorry, Dan Schneider. Okay. All right. Anyway,
alrighty.
That's all we have. Thank you.
Catch you next time. Bye.
Bye. Maybe don't show my feet.